Hi guys, Wern here, Vaping Wern. I think I overdid that vape a bit. Well, I'm back with a video blog, a long overdue one I know, and I'm just gonna start off by saying how sorry I am for the lack of updates that have been coming out from me recently. Over the past 3 weeks, it's all been about the store for me. And I have to sincerely say that I'm really grateful at how much support you guys have shown me so far. I never expected that the store would appeal to so many people, both new vapors and veteran vapors alike. And the amount of support has really proven to me that I made the right choice to actually start the store. Not so much because I'm selling gear, but mainly because recently I think three of my friends who were smokers, they actually saw me talking about the store, and they decided to give it a go. And what I mean is they decided to give vaping a go. So I hooked them up with some ego starter kits, with some e-liquids, and it's just one of those things that genuinely makes me happy from the bottom of my heart, that people are actually embracing my passion for vaping, and actually giving it a try as an alternative to smoking. It might sound corny, scripted or whatnot, but honestly it's these type of things that really make my day. So guys, you know who you are. If you're watching this, please do stay vaping. Please do get in touch with me if you face any problems vaping. If you run out of e-liquids and whatnot, I'll sort you out. As long as you stay vaping and stop smoking, that's really the best gift that you have given me this year, and I'm glad for you. Okay, besides that, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has bought stuff off the store. Surprisingly, I had customers all the way from the United States, Belgium, France, and thank you for giving me that trust that you would normally give to more established stores. I know that I'm just a small outlet, a very new one with a very limited sort of history. Don't really have much vouchers when I started the store, but still, you guys bought stuff with me with confidence, and hopefully you're enjoying the gear that you got. I also need to apologize to two guys in particular, and that's because I've had to sort of hold their reviews for the longest time, and I don't want to give so many excuses. The fact of the matter is that running the store at these hours sort of put me under a lot of, I wouldn't say stress, but it really tires me out, and this is all evidence of that. It's not doing any wonders to my complexion. But I've been super busy with the store, and I really apologize to you guys. Amadeus Liquids, Alien Liquids, I owe you guys a review each, and I promise that I will be doing them and uploading them in the near future, and that means within the next few days. You have my word on that. And again, I'm sorry that I made you guys wait for close to a month for your reviews to be out. Okay, now that the sort of formalities are out of the way, I guess we can get on to the next part of my vlog, where I talk about some of the gear that has been going in and out of the Vaping Wern HQ. Obviously, as you can see me holding, this has been one of my favorite setups this month. This is the Kraken with dual coils, which I have not reviewed. I picked this up from a friend, and that's on a Touchwood Mini. Just take a quick vape. Now I've got this set up on a dual coil setup. Each coil is at about 1.8, 1.9 ohm, so that means that the end output is about 0.9 to 1 ohm, and that's usually how I like to run my Jenny tanks, just below the 1 ohm mark. And I find that at that setting it gives me enough heat, and it really does push up the flavor, not to mention the vapor, as you obviously saw. Now I'm not running this at the full air hole, with the air holes fully opened. These are about 3/4 way opened, and I'm pretty surprised at the amount of flavor that I'm getting. But then again, I'm running dual coils, so I guess it sort of compensates there. A very solid Genesis atomizer, and this is coming from somebody who loves Genesis atomizers. And if you are on the fence thinking about getting a Kraken, maybe you should. The only thing that I wish was different on this Kraken is that I wish it was the brass version instead, because if it was brass it would really match well with the trimmings on the touchwood. But hey, a good Etty is a good Etty. Besides that, I've been vaping a lot on the K-Fan. Of course, this is with the Type 6 cap on my website. Let's see if you can focus. Focusing on this webcam is still shite. But basically, it's the Type 6 top cap, which is inspired by the Inex Genesis atomizer. And I'm running it with a custom drip tip as well, which I call the Ribby. I'm not that creative, okay? And I also have a new what's that word? Melchrome. I'm just gonna look it up later. But I have the new window here, and I'm using the orange one. Pick this up from a vendor called Gin Juice for about 50 ringgit. So I think it's something different. We've changed the top caps. Now we got the option to change the color of the window as well. I think that's pretty cool. Your window doesn't have to be the same color as your e-liquids anymore. So yeah, I've been vaping around the K-Fan as well, both with this top cap, this top cap. This is more of the doodlebug sort of design philosophy. I've been running the I've been running the Nano M tank. This one, the Nano M tank. And tomorrow I'll actually be collecting something which I've been waiting for quite a while, and that is the Pyrex sort of tank section for the K-Fan. It looks something like the regular tank sections that you get, with the only exception that the middle tank is made from Pyrex. So that means no more worrying about tank killers, no more having to hide your tank, with the full metal sections. I believe those come from the Philippines. Tarsius Customs. They're from Tarsius Customs, and these are the guys who make the 49 mod. One of my friends recently did a group buy from the Philippines, so I'll finally be getting it tomorrow. I think it cost me about 120 ringgit, or was it 140 ringgit, somewhere there. And in that kit you get a full-sized tank setup and a nano-sized tank setup as well. How they will actually work, I believe, is with some O-rings instead of the threaded sections, but I'll talk about that in more detail once I actually get my hands on them. What else is new? For some odd reason, I recently pulled out the G-belt from my storage box, and I put it on the Iron Mod 350. The G-belt is a 20mm atomizer. The Iron Mod is 21.7-ish, so it does fit pretty well. The gap isn't that apparent. Still a solid vape, a very solid performer. I just love mesh. But yeah, mesh. New in the HQ is also this bottle of e-liquid. It's Custard Matter by the Mad Alchemist. I actually picked this up from a friend upon a lot of recommendations, and I don't regret it at all. This is one of the better custard based e-liquids that I've tried in a while. I regularly vape dragon juice, as you all know. I've had varying levels of success with different variants of vanilla custard or custard base, and I'll be frank, at first I didn't really like Custard Matter. It was a bit too eggy for me, but after I let it steep for a bit, the egginess did mellow down a notch, and the flavors did start to come out. And right now I'm enjoying it quite a bit. A very solid vape there, very flavorful in its own. I'm not going to promise a review for that right now, since I already have a backlog of liquids to review, but somewhere along the road I definitely will write something or will record something about that. Okay, let's say my thank yous. I've talked about top caps, talked about new gear. Two more pieces of gear news I want to talk about. The first one has something to do with this slip right here. Now, not too long ago, I was scrolling through Facebook, and I saw ToddReviews.com. He posted a picture of a very, very sexy looking copper mod. And as a fan of copper mods, you know, I run the copper mod by the iron mod. It did sort of pique my interest, and after a bit of snooping around, I found out that the mod in question was actually the Red Rod, REDROD. If you've been watching Todd's reviews, you would have seen his review. If you follow Safer Vapors, you would have seen their review of Todd's unit. Those guys really crack me up. If you haven't followed Safer Vapors yet, you have to follow them. And they, they definitely give a fresh twist on reviewing, doing everything that people tell reviewers not to do. I love those guys. But basically, they done a review on it too. And so I actually buckled up and picked one up. I waited maybe 3 weeks for my unit to be hand turned, and waited another week or so, well, almost 2 weeks for it to arrive from Russia. Now, I was tracking it all week. I knew it was coming today, but somehow I managed to fall asleep at about 12 o'clock. Woke up at 12:30, and lo and behold, the postman was here at 12:26. I washed my face, ran down, went from block to block to see if he was still here, but no luck. The postman had already left. So I'm only going to be picking up tomorrow. And definitely a review on that mod will be coming soon. Another piece of gear I'll talk about is the Expromiser from xvape.de. I recently ran a group buy, a small group buy for it, and the response was amazing. I filled up all the slots in less than 10 hours. That was just amazing. And even so, those weren't enough slots to fulfill all the demand. But rest assured, I will be doing another sort of pre-order for the Expromiser soon. The basic kit retails for €49.90, but I will be selling them for 269 ringgit. I know that's a bit higher than 49.90, but please do take into account that I'm getting them in from Europe, and if you try and get them direct, you will have to go through a freight forwarder in order to get them here. But I believe at 26 269 ringgit. It's still a very value for money atomizer. It's still cheaper than K funds and still cheaper than Thai funds. Of course, they're more expensive than clone atomizers, but if you're looking at getting an original atomizer, this might be something you would like to consider. It should be arriving tomorrow or the day after. So those of you who have joined the group buy, let me just give you that heads up. Once they arrive, I will be delivering them to you, and I will also be doing a breakdown, build, and review on it on this channel. So yep, the Expromizer, that's coming soon too. What else do I have to talk about? Really not much. I've been dabbling with the idea of doing an on-site sort of recording. Of course, it's not going to be done with this shitty webcam. I'm going to enlist the help of one of my friends who is a videographer, and I am planning to do an on-site recording at one of my local vape shops. Hopefully that will come into fruition sometime soon, maybe next week, maybe sooner. No, I think it's going to be next week. But that is something that maybe you should look out for. It's going to be a first for me, out of the comforts of my man cave here at home and into the real world. If you happen to be at the same place at the same time, try not to laugh your ass off when you see me stammering in front of the camera. But yeah, you know, always a first time for something. Well, I think I've talked about all the things that I've planned to talk about today. I know this might be a little low energy of what you're used to seeing, and again, I apologize for that. It's almost 3 in the morning. Blah blah blah, cry me a river, whatnot. Whatever it is, it's Friday. Yay! So let's welcome Friday and the weekend with a nice big vape. Alright guys, that was my video blog for this week. It's good to actually get in front of the webcam and start trying to communicate with you guys again. More reviews coming soon, more videos coming soon, I promise. If possible, more written reviews coming soon on the blog as well. But till then, Vaping Wern brothers, have a good one, have a good weekend ahead. Signing off.